So you need money for college. The first thing that you have to do is complete the FAFSA. In this video, we'll tell you everything that you need to know in order to complete the FAFSA. Hey there, it's Amor McCarthy with Education Innovations, and today we are going to discuss how do I complete the FAFSA form. For a lot of people, this may be intimidating, but it's quite simple if you go ahead and take your time and make sure you have gathered all the information that you need before even heading over to the FAFSA online site. So let's start with, what does FAFSA mean? So it's the free application for student aid. And in order to qualify for any financial aid, you have to complete this form. And so what this online form does, it helps the government, as well as, when I say the government, the federal government, as well as the state government and your college or university, determine your financial need. And so what they do is they take the cost of attendance and then they subtract your expected family contribution to get your financial need. And this is why you are going to complete the FAFSA form so that you can qualify for aid. Now, the application period for 2018-2019 period has already opened up on starting October 1st. So I hope you have already got it started. So the FAFSA application has already opened. It's been open since October 1st. So it's almost like a pot of money, and it's first come, first serve. So the earlier that you complete it, the better, and the more likely that you are going to get some kind of financial aid. It is important that you also understand the FAFSA deadlines for, there's 3 different deadlines that you really need to be aware of. The FAFSA deadline for your state, the FAFSA deadline for your college, and the federal FAFSA deadline. These 3 deadlines are important because they help your college or university, the state, as well as the federal government determine how much financial aid they are going to give you once you complete that form. And once again, I stated before that the FAFSA helps the colleges, states, and federal government determine what your financial need is so they can give you money. By completing the FAFSA form, you will be able to qualify for possible grants, loans, and work study. In order to complete the FAFSA form, you're going to need some items, and these items will actually help you complete the FAFSA form within 30 minutes if you have everything with you. First of all, you're going to have your Social Security number, you're going to have an FSA ID, you're going to have records of untaxed income, bank statements, and also records of your investments. If you are not a citizen, you're going to need your alien registration number. And if you have all of those items, you would go ahead and go to the FAFSA online website and you would go ahead and complete those. So the first step in completing the FAFSA form is that you're going to have an FSA ID. So if you are the applicant, you are most likely a dependent on someone else. And if you're in high school, you're a dependent. So you're going to need an FSID for yourself, and then you're going to also have your parent or whoever you are dependent upon have an FSA ID. Now, if both of your parents are together, they don't need a separate FSA ID for each one of your parents. Instead, it'll be one FSA ID, which will represent your parents. And what that does is it allows you to basically electronically sign the FAFSA form. So you will have up to 10 slots that you can fill in for the various colleges that you are interested in. You might not know which colleges that you're going to apply to, but if you are remotely interested in, a college, I would probably list it. It's better to be safe than sorry than complete it and you haven't listed it and then you have to go back and, readjust your FAFSA form. So you might have the question, well, what if my family's financial situation has changed? And since I'm applying to the 2018-2019 school year for financial aid and we're using the 2016 tax return, it's not reflective of our current financial state of my family. So what you're going to do is you still complete the FAFSA form using the 2016 tax returns of your family, and then you contact the financial aid of the college or university that you have applied to directly, and you let them know your situation. Definitely make sure that you have some kind of email already prepared so that after you talk to the financial aid officer, you can also send them basically that email that states what you discussed and lets them know that your financial situation has changed so that they can adjust it so that your financial needs can be met so that you can go to college. So when you're completing the FAFSA form, I would suggest that you complete your FAFSA form on a laptop or a desktop. If you're using a mobile device, it's a little bit difficult to see all of the areas that you need to complete. And by using a laptop or desktop, you can see every section, and then it's actually probably a little bit more compatible than a mobile device. Hey there, so in the description box for this video, I'm going to put down all the links that you need in order to complete the FAFSA so that you can do an efficient, quick job, an accurate job so that you can get as much financial aid as possible. Do me a favor, like this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can find out more about how to get into colleges.